Hello everyone, as you're aware I'm Professor Robert Romano, and I just wanted to wrap up this week's discussion board through a video. As you're aware, there were two issues involved in the discussion board this week. The first one being reassignment clauses, and the second one being compensation. Regarding the reassignment clause, reassignment clauses basically mean that if you are under contract, the school, in our case with Mike Rice, the school has a right to reassign you to any other position within that school during the term of the contract. What that means, let's say you have a 5-year deal. And on the 3rd year, the school feels that they don't want you to be head coach anymore. They could reassign you to any other position within the university. And that means just about any other position. To the athletic department, to security, to the kitchen, to working in the library. It's whatever the school determines. All right, so the schools fight to keep those reassignment clauses in. The agents and the attorneys for the coach, however, need to fight to keep those reassignment clauses out. All right, because no coach wants to be reassigned to another position after 2nd, 3rd, or 4th year of a contract. All right, because what the coach will have to do is quit. Okay? So think about this. Think about this logically. Reassignment clauses, schools fight to keep them in. That means that they have the power to reassign the coach to any other position. Now think about this with regards to termination. There's termination for cause and termination without cause. If you're terminated for cause, all bets are off. The school is relieved from paying the remaining balance due under the term of the contract. So if you're terminated for cause after the 3rd year, the school is relieved from paying you the 4th and 5th year salary. If you're terminated without cause, the school has the obligation to pay you the remaining balance. Okay? So if you're terminated without cause after the 3rd year, the school or whomever are obligated to pay you the 4th year salary and the 5th year salary. So think why the schools want this reassignment clause in place. It's easy. If the reassignment clause is there, and after the 3rd year they don't want the coach anymore, and they don't have a reason to terminate them for cause, they can reassign. Now, think about this from the coach. Does a coach want to be reassigned? No. Coach is a coach. And a coach is not going to go work in the kitchen for 2 years. If they do, it'll be career suicide, basically. They're a coach, they need to continue coaching. So what usually happens is if a coach is reassigned or is told that he or she will be reassigned, the coach will quit. All right, the coach will breach the contract and quit, and therefore relieving the schools of their obligation to pay the coach the remaining balance due under the terms of the contract. Okay, so this is just a way, these reassignment clauses are just a way for the schools to basically terminate you and relieve themselves of the obligation to continue paying you. All right, so that's why the schools fight to keep them in, and that's why if you're representing a coach, it's your job to make sure that they're not there. In the Mike Rice example, there was no reassignment clause. Under Section A, under Section 2 duties, subsection A specifically says Mike Rice may not be reassigned by Rutgers during the term of this contract. All right. So the counsel or attorney or agent who represented Mike Rice did a nice job of getting that out. The next thing we were talked to about it is compensation. All right, compensation. Under Mike Rice contract, there was base salary and additional guaranteed compensation. And my question to you is, what's the difference? And there is a difference. All right, base salary in my interpretation, means the base salary Mike Rice would be paid up until the time he is terminated for cause. All right, or the contract works itself out, expires. So base salary will be paid for the 6 years under the terms of this contract, or if he's terminated for cause, it stops at that juncture, at that time. The additional guaranteed compensation is different. And my interpretation would be that the additional guaranteed compensation is paid no matter what. Under the 5-year term, I'm sorry, I said 6 before, but under the 5 years of this contract, if Mike Rice is terminated for cause after the first year, it would be my interpretation that the coach, will be compensated for the remaining 4 years. It's guaranteed. And that was my initial reaction to what the difference is between base salary and additional guaranteed compensation. However, what is interesting, and one of you pointed out, under termination, discipline and termination for cause, section B, subsection 3, second to the last page of the document. How's that? On top of the page, section 3, it says, notwithstanding anything in this contract to the contrary, if Mr. Rice is terminated for cause, the university, Rutgers, shall not be liable for payment of base salary, additional guaranteed compensation, bonuses, benefits, or anything else. So, by that term, that negates my theory of what additional compensation meant, meaning it was guaranteed, whether you're terminated with or without cause. This clause says basically there's no difference between base salary and additional guaranteed compensation. So you need to be, the point of this is you need to be really careful in your contract drafting and your contract negotiations. I think the intent was that Mike Rice will still be paid under the additional guaranteed compensation, whether he is terminated for or without cause. But by the terms of the contract, that's taken out. So you need to be really careful when you're drafting these to make sure that all the clauses line up, to make sure that they make sense, and that you don't give something here and then take it away over here. I don't know if this was a mistake. I don't know if this was thrown in at the last minute and Mike Rice's attorney didn't see it or didn't realize it. But in any event, that clause basically makes the base salary and additional guaranteed compensation one and the same. Okay. I received all your draft endorsement agreements. I'll have those graded probably within the next 2 or 3 days. If you have any comments on those, please feel free to contact me once I grade it. I'll be happy to discuss with you. Besides that, I don't think there's anything else to discuss. I have noticed, however, that not everyone is logging on and watching the videos. Yes, I can tell when you log on and watch the videos. So if you really want to get the benefit of this course, since it is an online course, you might want to make sure that you log on and you watch those videos. I mean, they're entertaining. But you get a lot of good information from the videos. And also, I've noticed that some students aren't participating in the discussion boards. You need to do that. That is a substantial part of your grade. Okay. Like I said, with the papers. 2 things on the papers. Number 1. Next time, please put your name on the paper. All right. What happens on my end is my assistant downloads the papers for me. I take them with me on the road and I read them. And a lot of students didn't have your names on the papers. All right. So please remember to always put your name on the paper because I take them with me. I don't. All right. I know your name is there in the Dropbox, but once they're downloaded, your name is not on them. So please, about half the students didn't put their names on them. So please put your names on the paper. And number 2, number the pages. Okay. I know Mike Rice. One of the frustrating things about Mike Rice's contract is the pages are numbered. All right. So number the pages. All right. So if I need to talk to you about your paper, I can refer to it a little bit easier. Okay. Very good. We will start module 4 tomorrow. I'll tell you with regards to what the final paper will be on, and we'll go from there. Take care. Have a good weekend.